Hello everyone, welcome back to Pabbly. In this video, we are going to learn how to generate recipes and post on Pinterest using AI agent. So I am an owner of a food blogging business and every day I have to create a new Pinterest pin of new recipe and image and post it, and doing this manually is very time consuming and hectic. So to solve this problem, I have created an AI agent using Pabbly Connect. In my spreadsheet, I add the name of the dish. So now as soon as I'm going to add the new data, that is the dish name in my spreadsheet, automatically an AI agent is going to generate the recipe for that dish. As the recipe is generated, automatically for that recipe, an image is going to be searched in my Pixel account. Now as I have the image and the recipe, automatically using the details, a pin is going to be created by the AI agent in my Pinterest account. So now if you want to learn how to create this entire AI agent for yourself, for your business, then let me take you to my screen. In this video, we're going to learn how to generate recipe and post on Pinterest using AI agent. So as an owner of a food blogging business, I'm always looking for creative ways to share engaging recipe content with my audience. I use Google Sheets to store and manage a list of recipe ideas and ingredients, and I use an AI agent that automatically generates a detailed and a unique recipe content based on the data from Google Sheets. Then I use pixels to fetch the high quality royalty free food images that is going to match the recipe, and then I use Pinterest to instantly publish the final recipe post with the image and description, helping me stay active on social media without spending hours on manual work. And I'm going to create this amazing AI agent using Pabbly Connect. For that, on a new tab, I'm going to browse the website of Pabbly Connect, that is www.pabbly.com/connect. After browsing this website, we are going to land towards the landing page of Pabbly Connect. On the landing page, you have two options: sign in or sign up for free. If you're an existing user, you can directly sign into your Pabbly Connect account. But if you're a new user, you can sign up for free and get 100 free tasks every month. I'm an existing user, so I'm going to directly sign into my Pabbly Connect account. After signing in, you can see the All Pabbly Apps window in front of you, in which you can see all the products that Pabbly provides, from which we are going to select Pabbly Connect by clicking on this Access Now button right over here. Then Pabbly Connect's dashboard is going to appear in front of you. And in order to start an automation process in Pabbly Connect, we need to create a workflow. For that, click on this top right corner button right here that says Create Workflow. A dialog box is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the name of the workflow and for us to select a folder. So firstly, for the name of my workflow, I'm going to give it as AI agent to generate recipe and post on Pinterest. This is the name I want to give to my workflow. And for the folder on the left side of my screen, you can see I have created these many folders in my Pabbly Connect account. And from these folders, I'm going to select a specific one in which I want to save this workflow in. For that, click on this drop down. These are the folders from which I'm going to select AI agents as the folder I want to save this workflow in. After giving the name to the workflow and selecting the folder, I'm going to click on this Create button in order to create a workflow. A workflow is then created in the name of AI agent to generate recipe and post on Pinterest, and you can see that there are two windows in front of you. One is the trigger window, other is the action window. So what is trigger and action? Trigger and action are the two most important steps of our automation process because our process depends on these two principles. Over here, trigger says when this happens and action says do this. That means what is action? Action is a response towards our trigger. In an automation process, there can be only one trigger step but multiple action steps. We are going to set up our trigger step first. And for the trigger application, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. As in my Google Sheets, I keep the record of the dishes for which I want to generate the recipe and post on Pinterest. I want that as soon as I'm going to enter the dish name, automatically the trigger over here should capture the response of that. And that is why for my trigger application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets, and trigger event over here is going to be new or updated spreadsheet row. After selecting the trigger application and the event, you can see that Pabbly Connect has provided us with a webhook URL. Now using this unique webhook URL, we're going to build the connection between Google Sheets and Pabbly Connect by following the steps given here below in the help desk. Firstly, I'm going to copy this URL from here and open the spreadsheet that I want to connect to Pabbly Connect. This is the spreadsheet, and in order to connect this spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect, go to Extensions, Add-ons, and Get Add-ons option right here. Then this window is going to appear in front of you, and on this window on the search bar, I'm going to search for Pabbly Connect Webhooks and select this option. As you can see that I've already installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks, so I'm going to move forward. But if you have not installed Pabbly Connect Webhooks, please do install it so that you can build the connection between this spreadsheet and Pabbly Connect using this webhook right here. After installing it, go back and refresh this spreadsheet from here. After refreshing the spreadsheet, go back to Extensions, and now you can see an option Pabbly Connect Webhooks. Click on it. From the drop down, go to this Initial Setup option right here. Then the dialog box of initial setup is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for the webhook URL and the trigger column. For the webhook URL, I'm going to paste the webhook URL that Pabbly Connect has provided us. And for the trigger column, it says the trigger column will be a final data column on which of the data is added. The whole of that row data will be sent to the webhook URL. In this spreadsheet, my trigger column is column A because as soon as I'm going to enter the dish name, automatically the data should be forwarded towards this webhook URL. So that is why I'm going to select my trigger column as column A right here. Okay. After entering the webhook URL and selecting the trigger column, I'm going to click on the submit button right over here. It says setup configured successfully. Now I'm going to go back. After that, I'm going to go back to this extensions option again and go back to this Pabbly Connect webhooks again. Now the step that I'm going to tell you right now is very important, so please do not forget to follow them. Now from the drop down, select this option send on event. It is mandatory to select send on event because as soon as you're going to enter the data in the spreadsheet right over here, the new data is going to be forwarded by the spreadsheet towards the webhook URL with this feature that is send on event. Okay, I've activated it. That's why you can see a tick mark is in front of it. Okay. So these were the steps of connecting your spreadsheet to Pabbly Connect. So if I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, it says waiting for webhook response. So now to check whether Google Sheets is successfully connected to Pabbly Connect or not, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the data of the new dish name in the spreadsheet right here. And after doing that, I'm going to check whether automatically Pabbly Connect captures the response or not. Okay. So for the dish name, I'm going to write it as this is the dish that is blueberry banana smoothie bowl. Okay. So now as I've added the dish name right over here, I'm going to go back to my workflow and scroll down, and yes, the response has been captured. The dish name is blueberry banana smoothie bowl right here. Okay. So as now the response has been captured of my dish name, our trigger setup has now been done. So as now we have the dish name, now we are going to use an AI agent that is going to generate the simple recipe for this dish. For my AI agent, I am using OpenAI. If you want to use any other AI platforms as an AI agent like Google Gemini or other platforms, you can definitely do that according to your requirement. For the action step over here, for the action application, I'm going to select it as OpenAI right here. An action event over here is going to be ChatGPT, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you, on which click on add new connection, or else you can select the existing connection that you already have. Now over here it is asking for the token. Using this token, we are going to build a connection between OpenAI and Pabbly Connect. To generate the token, go to this hyperlink given here below in the help desk right here. As I'm going to do that, the API keys page of our OpenAI account is going to appear in front of you. And now to generate a new token, go to this create new secret key button on the top right corner. It is asking for the name of my key. So for the name of the key over here, I'm going to write it as new recipes. This is the name of my key that I want to give. Project is going to be default. Permissions, we have to select it as all. Then I'm going to create the key from this button. The token is generated. Copy it from here and paste it in this field right here and click on this save button. You can see OpenAI has now been connected to Pabbly Connect. As now we have built the connection successfully, firstly it is asking for me to select the AI model. For the AI model, I am using GPT-4o mini. If you want to use any other AI models, you can definitely select that according to your requirement. I am going to select as GPT-4o mini. Next, it is asking for the prompt. Prompt is the text with the help of which an AI agent is going to generate the content according to our requirement. In the prompt, we need to specify all the things that we want and do not want. So for the prompt over here, I'm going to write it as So this is my prompt. You are an expert recipe writer. Your job is to create detailed, engaging and easy to follow recipe based on the dish name. Include one-line introduction of the dish and list of ingredients with measurements and step-by-step cooking instructions. Keep the tone friendly and informative, suitable for the food blog audience. Dish name, we have to enter the dish name here, and do not give anything other than the content, and strictly do not include any symbols like hashtag or the double star. Strictly do not cross the maximum word limit, that is 90. Okay, so you can see right over here, this is the prompt, and with the help of this prompt the AI agent is going to generate the recipe. In the prompt it is asking for this dish name right here. We have to enter the dish name. Now for the data of this field, I'm going to map the data, which is inserting data from the previous step. So I'm going to insert the data from the previous step of this workflow. How it works is that as soon as I'm going to select the data of this dish name, this was the previous step, I'm going to click on it. This is the same response that was captured in our previous step in which we have received the dish name, and for this dish I want to generate the recipe. So I'm going to select the data of the dish name from my previous response. As now I've selected the data from my previous response, the data is mapped, and as I've mapped this data, the data has now become dynamic. That means now whenever a new response is going to be captured in our previous step, automatically the new data is going to be updated in place of this mapped data. After entering the entire prompt, selecting the AI model, I'm going to click on the Save and Send Test Request button right here. As I'm going to do that, we have received a response in which we have received the message content, and this is the recipe for my dish name that I've added in my spreadsheet. Okay, it is related to the blueberry banana smoothie. These are the ingredients you can see right over here, and this is the instruction of creating the recipe. Okay, so as now the recipe has been generated by my AI agent, this means now we have the recipe. As now we have the recipe, now to create a Pinterest pin, we need the image of this dish as well. For having the royalty-free image, we are going to use pixels. For that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an action step in this workflow. And for the action application over here, I'm going to select it as pixels right here. An action event over here is going to be search for photos, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to click on this add new connection button. It is asking for the authorization API key right over here. For having the API key, we are going to log into our Pixels account, and after coming to the account, go to the settings button right here. Click on this image and video API right here. After coming to the video API key page, I have already generated a key. For that, I'm going to click on this Your API Key button. And this is the key that I've generated right here. So I'm going to copy this key from here. You need to generate your own key, so do that in your Pixels account. And after copying the key, paste it in this field right here and click on this Save button. Pixels is now been connected to Pabbly Connect. After that, it is asking for the query. Which image are we going to search for? I want to search for the image of this dish, so I'm going to map the data of the dish name for the query field right here. For the orientation, I'm going to select the landscape image right here. I want to generate the landscape image. Size, I want a large size image, so I'm going to select as large over here. I don't have selected colors, so I'm going to skip the part over here, okay? And simply, I'm going to click on this Save and Send Test Request button over here. As I'm going to do that, we have received a response. In the response, we have received the photograph original image you can see right here. If I'm going to copy this image from here and open it in a new tab right over here, you can see this is the image of the blueberry banana smoothie bowl. You can see this is the image right here, okay? So as now we have the image as well with the help of pixels, and we have the recipe. Now I'm going to create a new Pinterest pin. For that, add an action step in this workflow. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as Pinterest right here. An action event is going to be create pin. And then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to select the new connection. Now I'm going to click on this connect with Pinterest button right here. Then it is asking for the permission for this account, on which I'm going to give the access, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. So I'm going to click on this give access button right here. Pinterest is connected to Pabbly Connect. After connecting, it is asking for the board. For the board over here, I have created a board in my Pinterest account in the name of food recipes, and in this board I want to save all my recipes. So what I'm going to do is, for the board over here, I'm going to select it as food recipes. I don't have the board section ID, so for that what I'm going to do is I'm going to simply toggle this map button on and leave this field empty right here, okay? After that, it is asking for the image URL. For the image URL, I am going to map the data of this original image. You can see this says photos original. We are going to map the data of this image in this field right here. For the title, I'm going to map the data of the name of my dish. And for the description, I'm going to map the data of the generated recipe by my AI agent. I don't want the alternative text or the image link, so I'm going to skip the part and simply click on this save and send test request button over here. And within few seconds, we have received this response, which is a positive response. So if I'm going to open my Pinterest account and refresh this board from here, automatically you can see in this board a new recipe has been added for the blueberry banana smoothie bowl. This is the image and this is the description with the entire recipe you can see right here. Okay. So as now automatically this Pinterest pin has been created of my food recipe, this means this AI agent has now been created. So as now this pin has been created, I want to update my spreadsheet with the status of this pin as created right over here as well. For that, I'm going to add an action step in this workflow. And for the action application, I'm going to select it as Google Sheets. An action event is going to be update row, and then I'm going to click on this connect button. A window is going to appear in front of you on which I'm going to add a new connection. After that, I'm going to click on this sign in with Google button right here. This window is going to appear in front of you, which is asking for me to choose an account in which I've created the spreadsheet. So this is the account. I'm going to select it from here. After that, it is asking for the permission for this account, on which I'm going to click on this allow button, as this is a safe process and my data is perfectly safe with Pabbly Connect. And as I've done that, you can see I've successfully authorized Google Sheets to Pabbly Connect. For the spreadsheet, I've created a spreadsheet in the name of Pinterest pin data. So I'm going to select the spreadsheet from the drop down right here. And for the sheet, I've created a single sheet in the name of sheet 1. So for the sheet, I'm going to select it as sheet 1. For the row index data, I'm going to map the data of the row index that I've received in my first Google Sheets step. I don't want to update the dish name. I just want to update the status as created. So I'm going to do that right here. Okay, I've entered the status as created. After filling in the required details, I'm going to click on this save and send test request button. I've received a response, which is a positive response. You can see the status has been updated over here for this dish as created. Okay. So as now the status has also been updated, this means now this workflow has been successfully created with the help of Pabbly Connect. Now I'm going to test this workflow. And how am I going to do that? For that, I'm going to add the data of a new dish in this spreadsheet right here. And after that, I'm going to check whether automatically a Pinterest pin has been created with the recipe and with an image or not. Okay, so for that, I'm going to add the dish name over here. So I've entered the dish name, that is pesto naan sandwich. Okay, so I've added the dish name right over here, and I'm going to wait for the status to be created. Yes, the status has been updated as created. That means the Pinterest pin has been created. So if I'm going to open my Pinterest account and I'm going to refresh this page from here, you can see automatically a new recipe has been added in my Pinterest account, and that is for the pesto naan sandwich. You can see this is the naan sandwich image right here, and this is the entire recipe also right here. Okay. So as you can see, a new Pinterest pin has been created in my Pinterest account. This means now this AI agent is successfully working. So now to sum till now what we have done, over here I've added the details of the dish name in my spreadsheet. So my trigger is Google Sheets new updated spreadsheet row. As soon as I'm going to add the dish name, the trigger is going to capture the response of that. Using the dish name, an AI agent is going to generate the recipe for that dish. And then we are going to use pixel search for photos. With the help of this, we are going to have the images of the dish that we have added in our spreadsheet. Now we have the recipe and the photo. With the help of both of these details, we have created a pin in our Pinterest account using Pinterest pin create pin. And as we have created the pin, automatically my spreadsheet status of that dish is going to be updated as created. And in this manner, I have created this amazing AI agent to generate recipes and post on Pinterest with the help of Pabbly Connect. So this was it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. Not just with these applications, you can create automation between multiple other applications with the help of Pabbly Connect. If you have any questions, you can contact us on support@pabbly.com. If you have any queries, you can check the queries on forum.pabbly.com. And if you have any pricing related issues, then you can check out this link. If you like this video, please do subscribe to our channel, hit on the like button, comment on if you have any questions or doubts, and please share this video.